Hitchhiking to the Sea. Victor was standing in the middle of Wenceslas Square, and he was observing tourists and local people walking in front of him. He had been hired to sell cheap sunglasses in the center of Prague. He was a 20-year-old nice young man. He had long brown hair in ponytail. He was healthy and friendly, but little shy. Sunglasses which he was selling were on a stand fixed on one of the pillars of a historical building. He was standing there in the middle of June, and he was selling his boss sunglasses. Next to Victor's stand with sunglasses was Lucas, who was selling T-shirts which had pictures of Prague on them. When nobody was buying the sunglasses or T-shirts, Victor and Lucas were observing a group of gypsies who pickpocketed naive tourists. Tourists were looking at historical buildings, and gypsies, well organized, stole wallets from tourists' bags. Victor didn't like it and sometimes told some tourists to pay attention to the gypsies. The next day was rainy, and Victor didn't sell many pieces of sunglasses. Only Lucas sold quite a few T-shirts. Victor and Lucas discussed topics such as gypsies, girls, hobbies, and their dreams too. Lucas told Victor about his friend Felix, who had traveled in Europe without money. Victor asked, "How did Felix travel around Europe?" "He hitchhiked," answered Lucas. "And how did he do it?" Victor wanted to know. Felix went to the end of a town where he found a highway or motorway. There he waited for somebody who would take him to another town. Felix didn't need any money, Lucas explained. Victor had heard about hitchhiking before, and he wanted to know more. He asked Lucas, "How long did Felix wait at the highway?" "No more than 1 or 2 hours. He had a backpack and sleeping bag," answered Lucas. Victor was thinking about hitchhiking for the rest of the day. Victor was glad that his boss gave him money every evening. Victor didn't spend it all, and he saved some of his earned money. In several days, Victor's boss talked to him, and he told him that people didn't buy enough sunglasses. He said, "It's not profitable to continue selling sunglasses this year." He told Victor to find another job. Victor was a little sad because he liked selling sunglasses. He didn't know where to find another job, but then he remembered the conversation with Lucas about traveling in Europe. Next day, he went to some shops and he looked at backpacks. He bought a big red backpack and a gray sleeping mat from the money he had saved. He also bought a sleeping bag. In the afternoon, Victor also visited his mother in her flat. She was not very happy. Actually, she worried about his plan to travel in Europe without money. She asked, "Where will you sleep?" And "Isn't it dangerous?" And "Do you speak German or French?" "No, I will be back in 3 weeks," Victor answered, but he also didn't know where he would sleep on his trip. He had never traveled abroad alone.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?